Hi, and welcome back to SDI Coffee Break. I'm here again with Simon Kent from Quantum 21. Hi, Simon.
Hiya, Dave.
Good. Do you know, in the last session, we had a good conversation about your history and how sort of value has always sort of been part of that in one way or another. And I think in this one, what I'd like to talk about is what is value. And this is a great question because I tend to ask a lot of people what that means, you know. So we've got a holistic view of what value means from loads of different people, different brains, yeah. I'm not an expert in value, but I know what value means to me. So if you look at the value of something in a monetary sense or a value of something in a benefit sense. So in your experience, Simon, what is value? What do you think value is?
Oh my God. I mean, that is the $1 million question, isn't it? Right? Yeah. Everybody wants to know what is value. It's the elephant in the room, right? That we're talking about value and no one seems to wrap their arms around it and pin it down. And here's the disappointing answer is that I can't tell you what value is. I'm sorry, Dave, but I can't tell you what value is. And the point being is that it's actually defined in your organization. Yeah, right. So in the SDI, value will be defined by what are the objectives that link back to the purpose of SDI. So SDI as an organization will have a purpose, will have a vision. What does that vision of the future that's related to that person's purpose look like? How does that vision turn into specific objectives and goals and measurable targets?
Yeah.
Right. Now we're getting to value. Now we're getting there. Because if we understand collectively what our purpose is, what does that vision look like? And the goals, the strategic goals say, how are we going to get there? And how will we know when we've got there? Because that's what the KPIs or the OKRs, whatever form of measurement you use for your measurement of success, I don't care, to be quite honest. But it will be the measure that says, it's almost like here we're sat in the cockpit of an airplane and we've got the dials and we're looking at the dials. And then underneath that or supporting that are then business capabilities. So what is it that we actually do? Okay, the doing part, the major business processes, the value streams, call them whatever you like, right? But they are business capabilities. That is value right there. And then the relationship between IT and that is that those capabilities are enabled and driven by technology. It's a fact, absolute fact, right? And we are dreaming up brand new ways of doing business, new capabilities that will be entirely digitally driven, so completely disruptive, entirely digitally driven. And they are ultimately going to drive those measurements of success, hopefully off the charts, right? Depending, are you trying to increase something? Are you trying to decrease something? Yeah. Well, to this point, I put together an ebook recently, end of last year, just giving people an idea of like the most common business value drivers, and you can sort of reel them off on your hand, right? And you go, yeah, it's growth, right? There's going to be growth in there. We want to see growth. We want to see profit, right? So we need operating margin. We need to be caring about people, our staff, our talent, retaining talent, growing the talent. That leads to culture. We have we absolutely should be obsessed with culture, and organizations now are, especially in this current time, they're really recognizing that actually culture and people are the most important things. True. And they are sacrificing growth and profits. Well, growth has been sacrificed by world events, full stop. But organizations are sacrificing profits for people, right? That is happening right now. And that's and then you get innovation, okay, as another business value driver. You've always going to have risk and compliance, always. So whatever industry you're in, there's always going to be those mandatory compliance, regulatory and compliance issues that will come up that you have to comply with. You have to. And if you want to stay in business, you're going to have to toe the line and do this, whatever business you're in. These are the business value drivers that organizations care about, because they're going, we have to comply with this. GDPR wasn't a choice.
No.
It happened. Yeah. So in order to maintain the ability to do business, you have, as a business, you have to comply, right? So these are the things that create value for that organization. And then, of course, around all of this will be customer experience, right? So we obsess, rightly so, about the customer experience, but the customer experience is based on the back to the people, the employee experience, right?
Yeah, it's true.
Because if you've got unhappy employees, you're going to get unhappy customers, right? So one follows the other. But these are the things that create value for an organization. Now, every organization will have a different set of strategic themes and strategic drivers. But those are the most common that you can kind of like go, oh yeah, it's always growth. Oh yeah, it's always this. Oh, it's always that.
That's good. I mean, what we'll do, right? We'll finish on that one there, because there's a lot to take in. And what's interesting is it's not as if we don't know this. We know this. And I think for me, it's about the positioning of what that means in sort of the old world, right? And the new world as well, you know. And you're absolutely right. I think that what we've seen over the last sort of 2 or 3 weeks in the UK and longer over the globe has been seismic, hasn't it? When you talk about what this actually means in our industry and what it means to the economies, world economies. So we'll come on maybe on the next one to one of the guiding principles in ITSM, which I think are brilliant, by the way, which is focus on value. And maybe we'll talk about what that actually means, right? And how we can disseminate that and how people start to think differently about what value is and how to focus on value. So Simon, thank you again. And we'll catch up on the next video. Thank you very much.